Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Now, here's John Truman Wolfe.
Hello, everybody. This is John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, coming to you from the mountains north of Los Angeles. A spectacular day up here in the little community in the mountains we live in. Just gorgeous. We're 6,000 feet up. The sun is out. No clouds in the sky. Hope it's nice where you are. And I think that, well, I started to talk about weather, which is not the subject of the show, but the folks in Texas having a hard time down there. So first, the financial stats for the day, ladies and gentlemen. The Dow, 31,493 off 120. S&P 39,13 off 17, and the Nasdaq 13,865 off 100. So all of the equities off a little bit. But if you back up a little bit and look at by a little bit, I mean time-wise, you don't have to go too far back in terms of looking at that graph. And the equities are strong. Let me rephrase that. The equity markets are strong. Whether or not the equities themselves are strong, I have my doubts with some of them. We've talked about this before. I think these markets are highly overvalued. Nevertheless, I think they're going to continue to go up. 31, almost 31.5. Who'd have thought a few years ago we'd be looking at 31, 32,000 Dow, but it's got a ways to go. I mean, just looking at it from a technical perspective, I mean, looking at the graph, 31.5. I'm not sure where it's going to stop. I don't know if anybody has that crystal ball, as I've said before, but 35,000, 40,000. Not at all out of the question. Not at all. Whether or not it's justified is another subject. The markets were off today a little because of news that the job numbers are down lower than what was predicted. And you don't know who does this predicting. If a corporation, these are government figures, the job numbers, but if a corporation is predicted by some people, I don't know who these people are. They go, well, the corporation should make X amount of money, and I see time and time again a corporation having a good quarter or a good year, making good money, but they don't happen to meet some statisticians' projections. The stock goes down. It's bizarre how those opinions control those markets. Really bizarre. Okay, we're going to come back. I'm going to talk about gold. I'm going to talk about silver. These two precious metals have now diverged. Gold getting hammered here the last week or so. Silver down slightly, but holding very strongly, frankly. And then we'll come back and talk about the real hot subject, which are the cryptocurrencies. And I'll be back shortly and talk about 50, 60, 70,000 Bitcoin. This is John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, and I'll be right back.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
And we are back, folks. John Truman Wolfe, the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We reviewed the equities markets before the break now. Now to the precious metals. Gold, $17.75 off 60 cents. And silver, $27.05 off 4 cents. Gold, if you follow the gold market, you know, has been hammered here the last few days, and before that was down as well. There's a very concerted effort to shake people out of the gold market. I think, as I said last week, and I still think this is a great buying opportunity. The gold bull market is still, in my view, very much in place. This short selling, which is what I presume caused the down tick in the gold market, is controlled. It is done for a purpose, and I remain a huge fan of precious metals. Silver, which didn't make the famous GameStop short seller killers, and you remember that from a couple of weeks ago when major hedge funds were short selling this stock, and then a bunch of people from Reddit bought the stock and squeezed the short sellers, forcing the price of the stock up, and it went to the moon. And there's all kinds of investigations now going on, yada, 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 which will go nowhere. By that, I mean Congress likes to, rationalize their salaries, but that investigation will go nowhere. But while gold has declined, being short sold, silver has held strongly. I mean, it closed today at 27.05, and it's been sitting in this 26, 27 range for some time. It is very rare that the gold market will crash. I wouldn't call that a crash, but go down substantially, and it's down substantially into the 1700s, is down substantially. And silver doesn't follow. So speaking of GameStop, after the short squeeze, when the short sellers were handed their lunch, there was attention focused on the silver market, because silver is manipulated by the big New York banks, J.P. Morgan Chase and others, and there was an effort to drive the short sellers out of the silver market, because there are lots of them, and it didn't really happen. For a day, I think silver jumped from somewhere in the mid 20, like 25. It jumped to 26. It jumped up to 30, but then it fell back down. But it has held strongly at $27. This is a very strong market, in my opinion. If you don't have some silver bullion coins, I would get some silver eagles. If you buy silver in large bulk from a bullion dealer, then you get it in bars, but have some 1 ounce silver coins as well. The silver eagle, those are I think they're selling for about, I don't know, $30 now, $31, something like that. The coins are always a slight premium over the spot price of silver. You have spot, and then they have to make, the U.S. government makes those coins, and they make the coins. So there's a premium over spot. But if I would have one recommendation, somebody came and went, okay, good, I've got X amount of money. What do I do? The first thing out of my mouth would be buy some silver coins. Get that kind of as a foundation, a grounding in your reserves. Then you can get some gold, but silver first. And I think the silver market, both gold and silver are in a bull market. I've said it before. I repeat it. When it breaks, it's now consolidated for a while. Silver broke out of the range at roughly $19 an ounce, broke into the 20s, and has now, paused for the last, few months in the mid 20s and just hanging out there, shaking people out. But it'll break to the upside of that. Sooner or later, it will break to the upside of that and run. Where the next pause will be, as a guess, I'd say $40. And then where the top of the silver market is quote, anyone's guess. I say quote because everybody says that. Well, it's anyone's guess. But 50, in my opinion, $50 silver is a given. $100 silver, which an awful lot of people talk about, is very real to me, very, very real. So I'm a precious metals fan. You want to go in and buy some gold, it would be a good time to do that. If you don't have a bullion dealer, call one. I use the Monex, MONEX. I like them. They've been around a long time, 50 some odd years. So there's stability there. And they have all kinds of gold and silver properties. So you can use them or whoever you like. I mean, go online and just check, bullion dealer, and you probably have somebody near you. In some cases, you may be able to just go pick up your metals. In other cases, like if you're buying from a major bullion dealer, they send it to you. It's insured. I've never had a problem in that regard. So gold and silver. In terms of the stock market, I mean, if you're playing an ETF, an exchange traded fund following the Dow Jones, I think you're gonna make money. I'm not saying don't invest there. I'm not an equities guy. I much prefer gold and silver. And then, of course, we have the other sector, the new investment sector, which is basically got everyone's attention. Of course, that's cryptocurrencies. Cryptos now, and Bitcoin in particular, is the talk of the town. Bitcoin, when I looked at it a little bit before the show, trading at 51,620, 51,620, off 1% in the last 24 hours, up about 9% in the last week. But go back a few months and go, who'd have thought 50,000 plus Bitcoin was realistic? Now, of course, the prognosticators are talking about $100,000 Bitcoin. If you'd have said that to me a couple of months ago, I would have laughed. I'm not laughing anymore. I'm not necessarily predicting $100,000 Bitcoin right this minute, but it is completely real to me that this could get there. All right, we're going to come back and talk about the other cryptos right after this. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We'll be right back.
Hill Street Cafe, Burbank, would like to thank all of you for your continued support. During these difficult times, Hill Street Cafe is remaining open for takeout and delivery service from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They'll be offering a modified menu to keep prices down and maintain the best quality. The safety of their customers and employees is their top priority, and they're abiding by all CDC and Health Department regulations. Order via the Hill Street Cafe Chow Now app or on their website, hillstreetcafeonline.com. You have the option of curbside pickup. We will bring the food out to your car. You are also able to order for delivery or pickup via the normal food delivery apps like Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Hill Street Cafe is here to serve you. Call them at 818-845-0046 or come by to pick up at 3301 North Glen Oaks Boulevard in Burbank, California. Hill Street Cafe, Burbank. Pickup and delivery services are available at 818-845-0046 or visit them at hillstreetcafeonline.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares. First or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
All right, we are back, folks. John Truman Wolfe here, the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, talking now about the cryptos. I was talking about Bitcoin before the break. Now, number 2. I am the the number 2 crypto, Ether. When I looked at it a few minutes ago, $1,935. $1,935 plus 5% for the last 24 hours, plus 8% for the last week. This cryptocurrency, based and issued essentially from the creator of, he wasn't the creator of blockchain, but the guy that has the software that facilitates businesses and governments for creating their own blockchain, the new communication vehicle for commerce around the world. And I don't know if I can even pronounce the kid's name, but Ethereum is now taking a run at 2,000. I think it'll definitely get there. I love Ethereum. I bought some at $190, and that was expensive at the time. And here we are. It's 10x, hasn't it? And it's still rolling. It's still rolling. I don't know where the top of Ethereum will be, but I would be surprised if Ethereum doesn't get to 5,000. I'd be very surprised. Maybe it goes higher than that. I don't know, but it's my favorite crypto because it represents a product, a service, a software service that is in demand across the planet. Next, because we usually pick the top three, although it's no longer number three, XRP or Ripple is now at 53 cents. We've told this story somewhat repeatedly. Ripple trended along at about 25 cents for, I don't know, a couple of years. Some months ago, broke out of that 25 cent range, skyrocketed to into the low 70s. Then the CEO of Ether came out with a press release saying we're going to get sued by the SEC. And then they did get sued. I mean, his press release explained why it was a bogus suit, but they got sued, and then some of the key exchanges delisted them, meaning took them off their platform, the exchange platform. Coinbase, the biggest in the U.S., took them off, and so did some others. But not everybody took them off, and it's still being traded. When they were removed from the exchanges, some key exchanges, the price dropped further. It went back down to about where it started, meaning at around 25, 26 cents, and then started climbing back up, and is currently trading at 53 cents. In the last week, it's up a couple of percent. So this is not going away. I read one article that said that negotiations between Ripple and the SEC had broken down. So apparently they tried to talk about the suit. One point being that Ripple's been on the market for many years, 8 years, and never labeled a security. Then the SEC, somebody there at the SEC got a bug up there or whatever, and they filed suit saying, "Oh no, it's a security." I think you've got to be a securities attorney and a Bitcoin attorney to understand what the hell the SEC is doing relative to cryptos. They're schizophrenic on this subject. This is a security. It's not a security. If it's a security, of course, it's going to be regulated by them. And from a general perspective, they're going to want to provide as much control over the cryptocurrency world as possible. And I think they targeted Ripple for whatever reasons, but their policy is confusing. I've seen press releases come out saying one thing, and then they change their mind. So you don't want to rely on what they've had to say. All right, this is John Truman Wolfe. We're going to come back and talk about some of the other soaring cryptos right after this. We'll be right back. Stay with us on the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms bathrooms. If you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.
855-525-7454. 855-525-7454. That's 855-525-7454.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you, and due to Columbo's multitude of clamoring clientele demanding the immediate reopening of their mecca of gustatorial magnificence, Columbo's heeds the call to feed the famished on their picturesque patio. Columbo's has triumphantly reopened. Savor their mouth-watering, delectable steaks, the freshest fish offerings, Columbo's family Italian dishes, the world's greatest meatballs, all at a price that'll have you ooh and ah with delight. Yowza. Yes, it's time once again to tingle your taste buds and treasure the Columbo's experience. Columbo's has reopened, and still, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Mangia bene.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We're talking cryptos now, and we went over Ripple trading at 53. Personally, somebody asked me recently about buying Ripple. I would wait till this lawsuit gets settled one way or another. I think once it gets settled, and I'm just a pure opinion, I don't have all the legal ins and outs of this thing. This is just my opinion. I think it'll come out in Ripple's favor, given the little that I've read. Again, that's not a legal opinion. That's a investor's opinion, and just looking at the factors. But I wouldn't jump into that until this thing is over and is out of their hair. And then I think it's got a long ways to go. It's still, as I say, trading at 53, which is about twice what it was trading at going back into last year. So, we're double our money in Ripple. I bought in when it was like 25, 26 cents, something like that. And it's twice. I'm just going to sit on it. I'm not going to sell it. You can, even though these exchanges have delisted it, you can sell it and take your money out if you want. But I'd hang on. There are other altcoins, and I've said this definition before, but to repeat it, any crypto that is not Bitcoin is an altcoin, is an alternative coin, altcoin they're called. And many of those have had very handsome runs. Many of them deal in the hottest sector in the cryptocurrency world, referred to as DeFi, decentralized finance, which is these apps and cryptocurrencies represent ways in which people can, borrow, do other financial things in a decentralized manner. That means you don't have to walk into your banker, and although that doesn't get done so much these days, people go in and talk to an actual banker. But back when I was, the manager of headquarters of the bank, people come in and you talk to them, and they'd say, "Okay, good. I want to borrow, $20,000. I want to go do this. I'm taking the family to Hawaii," or whatever. You would face-to-face fill out a loan application with them. You'd have it, just ask them questions, fill it out. You would tell them you'd call them back in the next 24 hours or so, run the credit, and either approve it or not approve it, and call them up and tell them. That doesn't get done anymore. Even in banking, it's like maybe if you've got big dollars and you're part of the wealth management section of the bank, but the normal working guy, the person, the professional, doing that anymore, it's rare. But these cryptocurrencies represent DeFi apps, decentralized finance applications that permit all kinds of financial transactions, whereby you don't have to, there's no banker to go, "Let me see your financial statement." You go, "I've got some Bitcoin. I'm going to, provide it as security for a loan." So somebody else goes, "Okay, good. I want to borrow, I want to borrow it." And the smart contracts that are set up are such that the terms and agreements are immutable. That means unchangeable. And a lot of businesses now starting to get done in a decentralized manner. It's probably why you've got a lot of banks and a lot of big corporations now buying into the cryptocurrency market. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but let me talk about some cryptos that have done very handsomely. Cardano is one. Cardano, Cardano. Last time I looked at trading at 90 cents, almost about 90 cents, and has come up very strongly in the last, couple of months. 90 cents. One crypto that I still kind of, bite my something about, my lips or something, Monero, which gets a lot of PR because it's security focused, was down around, I'd have to go back and look at the graph, but it was like 110, 115. And I was trying to buy some, and I couldn't find a cryptocurrency, an exchange that would enable me to buy it. And I finally just got frustrated and went to hell with it. Today, Monero is trading at $260. So it's up more than 2 times since I looked at it and was going to buy it and didn't. but it's strong. I looked at the graph. There's still handsome upside, in my opinion, to Monero. I like it. And then the other night, a friend and I were talking about another crypto that's kind of had a lot of PR going back into last year. And it deals in the gaming world. It's called Tron, Tron, and it was trading around, at a few cents. And then it kind of broke out of its trading range and is now trading at about 5.5 cents. So it's up about twice from where it was, but it's got a very handsome looking graph. And if this thing keeps going, we'll see. But if it keeps going, there's a great opportunity to make some bread. You spend $500 on some Tron, you get 10,000 crypto. So that's a quick review of some of the alternative coins. We're going to come back and talk about crypto some more when we come back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We'll be right back.
Now it's time for MedVed's Entertainment Minute.
Justin Timberlake plays a one-time high school football star who's released after a long-time prison term and goes home to Louisiana to live with his grandmother in the surprising melodrama Palmer, now streaming on Apple TV+.
That's Sam. His mama took off. He'll be staying with us till she's back.
You know your boy, right?
Yeah.
There's something seriously wrong with that kid.
Well, yeah, the pudgy little boy, excellently played by newcomer Ryder Allen, has some serious gender identity issues. But the stoic ex-con, now working as a janitor at his school, becomes the kid's protector and surrogate dad. It's predictable and sentimental in parts, but the material comes alive due to superior performances, particularly the outstanding Justin Timberlake. The result, with a hard R rating for harsh language and flashes of violence, is unexpectedly touching. 3 stars for Palmer.
This feature brought to you by the Thank Heaven Foundation.
Attention real estate investors. Do you need cash immediately? If you own one or multiple rental properties, you can use your equity to get cash out fast. The best part is we don't need tax returns or even a good credit score. At America's Loan Source, we are not a bank and we don't have bank rules. We make the decisions to loan you money, and there's no limit how much we can give you. Some clients have gotten as much as $500,000 or more within days. Use the money any way you want. If you own one rental property or 100 and COVID has left you in a cash crunch, we can help you turn your equity into fast cash. Call now for details and close in as little as 10 days and get the cash you need. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. That's 800-353-1760.
Okay, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, talking cryptos, Bitcoin, as we said at the top of the show, busted 50,000, trading today. Last time I looked, let me look at that number again, 51,620 for a cryptocurrency. That whole world, as we've talked about before, is exploding. By exploding, I mean when Bitcoin was first hit the market in 2009, and then just kind of hung out there for a few cents, and then began gaining some interest and popularity, And as time rolled forward, other cryptocurrencies were born, and there are today, it depends on who you read, but a minimum of 3,000 cryptos, and at the high side, maybe 7 or 8,000, but there's a lot of them. And there was an issue today, an article that came out, which I read a tremendous amount of information on cryptos daily, because this market is hot, folks. This market, don't get it. First of all, don't get into the cryptocurrency market if you can't, with money that you can't afford to lose. It's very volatile, and while it's booming now, and handsome capital gains are being made, it could fall off, fall like a rock off a tall building. So it's the Wild West of finance, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're going to get involved, understand that, because it's it's wild. The stock market has had its volatility over the years, but nothing like the cryptocurrency market. We talked about earlier in the show, a few months, if you'd have told somebody that Bitcoin was going to be trading at over 50,000, you'd have been laughed at. But the article I read recently earlier today, talked about how Bitcoin at 50,000 is a good buy. So you look at it and you look at the graph. I mean, the graph is virtually straight up. Straight up. And you make the decision, well, this quote bubble has got to break. Now, there is no, as the article was mentioning, that there's no central bank here printing Bitcoins. The number of Bitcoins being issued decreases on a pre-programmed basis. So this isn't the Federal Reserve doing quantitative easing. It's kind of the reverse of that. But what happens in that case is you've got, supply-demand factors. So as the supply goes down, as it eventually does in Bitcoin, and the demand stays strong or goes up, what happens to the price? You don't have to be a mathematician. What made me chuckle is a chuckle. I shouldn't chuckle because it's daunting in the extreme. The degree to which I'm going to just change hats for a second and talk about social policy. Articles exposing the fact that the school district in Oregon, the liberal state in the country, is such that if your kids that do math, check your local paper. It's in there. What I'm about to say sounds like insane. But kids that do math and get the correct answer, you get correct. If you do your math properly and get the correct answer, it's racist. Come on. Come on. No, the whole school district believes this. And this cancer, and when I'm talking about cancer, I'm talking about a social cancer of driving this wedge, people in this country, this racism wedge between people in the country. Is there racism in the United States? Yeah, of course. Has the lot of African Americans improved over the last several years? It has. Does that mean it's perfect? No. Does that mean there's no racism? No. But you're racist if you get your math correct. How insane is that? Another article you folks may have seen is Tom Brady was racist for beating Kansas City during Black History Month. Come on, people. Or let me do it, Joe Biden. Come on, man. Anyway, back to the point I was making. So the article talks about, do you buy Bitcoin now or is it too late? Is it, are we at the tail end of a boom here? And this article argues that it's still a great time to buy cryptos, and particularly Bitcoin, because they're looking at 100,000 Bitcoin. Will it get there? I will discuss that when we come back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. Stay with us.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way. You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-489-6575. 800-489-6575. 800-489-6575. That's 800-489-6575.
All right, folks, we're back for the final segment of the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, talking about whether or not it makes sense to buy Bitcoin at 51,000, this number, 51,620 numbers, again, to repeat, that people wouldn't have believed a few months ago. There are many that are arguing that it is still a good time to buy, that the price of Bitcoin will continue to go up. I think that's true. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I still have my toe in that water, but I sold off half my Bitcoin when it was hit, I don't know, I think 30,000 or something, just to take some profit off the table, and I've let the other half ride. I'm just going to let it ride. I'm not buying it, not because I don't think it'll go up, but I think there are better buys available in terms of potential profits. There are a number of these altcoins, meaning cryptos different than Bitcoin, that have handsome returns. They've achieved handsome returns in the last month. I mean, it's been a crypto month, folks. I mean, precious metals, I love them. I will stay with them, but they've been, the last month or whatever, they've been flat. Yes, the stock market's gone up, so be my guest. Not my cup of tea. But the cryptos have outperformed, Bitcoin in particular, outperformed the entire asset investment world. I think Bitcoin's up 300% during 2020. And if you want to know the specific cryptos that I would recommend that you buy, subscribe to my newsletter, because I will cover them. This one that I'm writing now, I'm covering key crypto investments. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com, strategicfinancialintelligence.com. And this upcoming issue is going to cover hot cryptos that have done well and are continuing to do well, and I think will continue to do well. So that's my pitch for the newsletter. I love writing it. I love informing people, and I love adding subscribers. Strategicfinancialintelligence.com. So should you buy a Bitcoin? I don't think you'll get hurt buying Bitcoin. I just think, to repeat, that there are others that you can buy for, anywhere from a nickel with Tron, 5-6 cents, up to Cardano trading at 90 cents, others trading for $20-$30. So you get a lot more bang for the buck out of those cryptos, because you can buy more of them than you can of Bitcoin. So you're not going to go wrong with Bitcoin. I just think you'll go more right with some of these other altcoins. So subscribe to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get educated. This world is not going to change. By that I mean the financial world, the cryptocurrency world. It's here to stay, folks. It's not going away. You should learn to operate in it and invest in it if you're an investor, so that you can make some profits and that you can flourish and prosper. Digital currencies are coming more and more into life, and I suggest you subscribe to the newsletter and learn about them. All right, I am John Truman Wolfe. This has been the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We will see you next Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen.